Hello boys and girls, thanks a lot for tuning in. Today I'm going to show you a guy who I've been skiing a lot with over the past season. He recently switched from ice hockey to skiing, and we're going to do it pretty much like the last time. We'll watch it together and I'll try to do my best to explain what I see when I see him ski. So without further ado, let's get into it. All I asked him to do here is to make sure that the skis go out of the fall line and that he does normal carving turns. Now that's a very nice turn. This one not so much. This one's okay. Also okay. Pretty good in the flat part. All right. Now let's go back to the start. And I want you to notice something. That the first turn is already pretty telling. You can see how long it takes him to finish the first turn. Now why is that? I think it has quite a lot to do with his position in the beginning of the turn. Do you notice how his inside ski is in front of the outside ski? That of course is not ideal, for all the reasons we've talked about in another video, which you can see by clicking the link in the top right. Here the slope goes from steep to flat, and the additional momentum helps him a lot. So the question for us now is, how do we get the outside ski to be more forward in the beginning of the turn? One of the major ways is to fix that by slow skiing. And trust me when I tell you, we did a lot of slow skiing. And he really hates slow skiing. But I tortured him as much as I possibly could without him losing motivation. We did all the exercises discussed in another video. Yep, top right again. We also did some pole exercises, which I've also talked about in another video. And then just regular free skiing, with always focusing on that specific issue. But really, slow skiing is the most helpful for fixing the fundamentals. So to recap the first video, the most important thing for him is to really start the turn by facing downhill, putting the outside shoulder more forward, putting the outside leg more forward. That's all. And once he manages to do that well, then most of the problems that he faces also go away. And the problem that I mean specifically is the problem of taking too much time in the beginning of the turn, which you'll see here in the second video. So when looking at the second video, what you'll notice is that obviously the technical aspects of his skiing don't change much. However, there's one additional problem. He focuses too much on the gates themselves, and he really doesn't put too much focus on skiing around the gates. So how do we go about fixing this? One of the ways is to simply ski 1,000 times in the gates, and you're simply gonna get better at it. Another way, maybe a bit faster, would be to add brushes on top and on the bottom of the gate, so about here and here. And if you do that, racers will stop focusing solely on one gate and will start to really make the turn earlier and kind of spread it out a little more. So this helps them focus their attention more on skiing itself. So recapping the second video, the technical aspects of skiing don't simply change because we're in the gates, and focusing too much on the gates is really a problem. To end this video, I'd like to ask you, what do you think? Did I miss something, or was that more or less an accurate description of what he should do better and what the next steps for him are? Let me know if this was helpful or not, and if you want to, go ahead and like it, whatever. Have a good day, and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao.